Hi friends, now I would like to explain another concept in data mining, that is major issues in data mining, right? So we know that the data mining is a invisible part in our regular life today. So it is also the very fast expanding and developing technology. Hence, I would like to discuss what are the major issues that we consider in the data mining. So here the major issues of the data mining is totally divided into the five categories. The first one is the mining methodology. The first one. The second one is the user interaction. The third one is the efficiency and scalability of the data mining tools. The fourth one is the diversity of data types. That means what are the various different kinds of the data to be mined by the data mining tools. The fifth one is the impact of the data mining system on the society. The first one I am going to be explain mining methodology. Actually, this mining methodology describes what kind of the data we are going to be mined, what are the procedures we are going to be follow, and what kind of the databases or data storage areas we are going to be use. Here, the mining methodology is again divided into the different sub-concepts. The first one, mining various new kinds of the knowledge. So here we can understand what do you mean by mining various new kinds of the knowledge means. Suppose let us consider we always try to be mine the same data in for new kinds of the patterns. Suppose let us consider here I am going to be consider a database. The database consisting of a particular area, and I would try to be mine the literacy of the particular area. That means suppose let us consider in this area literacy. So how I am going to be mine the literacy? So first one parameter is total population, right? Under the total population, total literates, right? This is the first parameter. The second parameter is the under the total literates number of women and number of men literates, right? As per the gender, I am going to be mine. So this is the second parameter. Let us consider the third parameter is the local area is divided into the social categories like as OC and reservation categories. Suppose reservation, social reservation. Under that one, literacy I am going to be mine literacy under the social category and literacy under the reservation category. So here we are going to be consider the database is the same. The database is always the same. The particular database which consisting of the data about the population and their literacy. The first time I am going to be getting one kind of the result. The second time I am going to be another kind of the result. The third time I am going to be another kind of the result. That means for each and every time I would try to extract the new type of the knowledge or new kind of the patterns from the same database. So this is the mining various new kinds of the knowledge under the mining methodology. The second one is mining knowledge in multi-dimensional space. Right? What do you mean by the multi-dimensional space? This is also a little bit similar to the above one, but it is entirely different. So here we try to mine the large data sets and in multi-dimensional way or in multi-dimensional space, right? So here I am going to be consider what do you mean by the multi-dimensional space means. Suppose again I am going to be consider the same literacy, right, on the same area, right. Now I am going to be mine the literacy, that is people who earn according to their economy. That means low income group, right? Low income group and medium income group and high income group, right? How the literacy in low income group, how the literacy in medium income group, and how the literacy in high income group. So this is the one dimension. This is the one dimension economy, right. The second one I am going to be discussing about the other dimension is actually uh, depending upon their income, depending upon the gender. That means how the males are and how the females are. The third one is how many people are studied in government schools and public schools or private schools. So this is the third dimension, right. The fourth dimension is the pass percentage of the government schools or public schools. Not only the single database, here I am going to be consider one is the government database, another one is the private literacy database, right. So I am going to be use different data storage areas and different types of the data formats and everything. So this is the second one, mining in multi-dimensional space. The third one is mining an interdisciplinary effect. So we should certainly know that actually the data mining is an interdisciplinary subject. What the things are what we are going to be discussing. This is also one of the example for interdisciplinary. Here let we consider that I am going to be clear this one for the sake of our understanding. Right? Here we are going to be consider that one. Suppose these are the population in a particular area. I am going to mine their literacy depending upon their socio socio economic, depending on their socio economical issues and on different on uh, other issues. That means incomes or gender, like that. So this is purely the interdisciplinary. That means one belongs to their economy, another belongs to their social status, another one belongs to their jobs and something else, what it may be, right. So this is totally interdisciplinary, right. The next one is a boosting the power of discovering networked environments. So this is one of the important point we should be consider, that today the data is not stored at the single location, right. The data may be stored at different locations, and all these locations are interconnected through the network or the internet. So this is the one storage area of the data, right. This is I am going to consider as S1. This is another storage area of the data, and this is another storage area of the data. So let us consider here the same population, area population. Here their economy status is stored in the one area, right, and their social statuses are stored in another area, and they are their first people, that means their previous generation is literate or not literate, some other thing is stored in another area. So the how the literacy is giving an impact on the society. To mine the thing, we are going to be extract the data from this database, and from this database, and from this database. That means these storage areas. So now the data mining tools, not only interdisciplinary, they are able to extract the knowledge patterns from different locations which are interconnected, right. So this is the base concept of the networking environment. The next one is handling uncertainty, noise, or incompleteness of the data. So here we should consider, that is, when we are try to extracting the data, or when we are try to extracting the knowledge from these databases, the databases certainly consisting of some uncertainty data, or some noises, that means some error data, and some unstable data, and some other exceptional data also, or you are simply call it as an outliers. So we are using different pre-processing methods, data pre-processing methods, such as data cleaning, binning, and some other methods to clean the data, and we are going to be prepare the data which are suitable for our data mining. So that is the, we are avoiding the outliers or unnecessary inconsistency or dirty data for our mining perspective. The final one is pattern evaluation and pattern or constraint guided mining, right? So when you are after performing our mining on the particular database, we are going to be getting the knowledge, no doubt. Suppose after that one, I am going to be performing the mining from three databases. I am going to be getting that from low income group, right? Women are only 20% literate, and men are 25% literate. From middle income group, I consider that there are 60% literate women are, and 80% literate men are. Suppose in high income group, actually here 80% or 90% women are literate, and 100% men are literate. Let us consider now on which area I am actually concentrated to improve the literacy and some other policies. So these two are somewhat better. Now these two are not really an interesting patterns or important patterns or needful patterns for me, right? Here I am only concentrated on the low income group. So here moreover there is a need, we are going to be improve the literacy of the people. So when we are performing the mining, all the patterns may not be useful. We are only use some of the interesting patterns. Okay friends, these are the things under the coming under to the mining methodology. The mining methodology is a one of the important issue in a data mining process. The second one is the user interaction. So the data mining is the dynamic one. The data mining is performing dynamically each and every time. Just we saw that each and every time we are going to be changing our data mining patterns or mining parameters, right? So the data mining system should consisting of the flexible and effective user interaction. That means the data mining tools, suppose let us consider this is a data storage or data store. So this is the DM tool, data mining tool. So this data mining tool always provide some flexible and effective user interface, right? For the users, it will give flexible and effective user interface. So I am also divide the user interaction into the different categories. One is the first one is an interactive mining. No doubt, always the user should has a good interaction with the dynamic data mining tools. That means once we are going to be try to be mine, suppose on the same way, uh, suppose I am going to be mine now the people who are literate in the low income group. Now I am going to be change my pattern in low income group. Again in the low income group, actually the women whose age is women and their age less than 20 or literate how many percentage of illiteracy. So again I am going to be changing the pattern actually. Suppose I am going to be again changing the pattern in high income group, the people who are above the age, that means especially the women and their age who greater than 50 are literate. I would like to find out how many percentage of the women in high income group has greater than 50 years are literate. So these patterns or these parameters are always changed dynamically according to the user wish or according to the user requirement. Hence, the data mining tools should provide an flexible interactive mining. The second concept is incorporation of background knowledge. So this is very important point. When we try to mine the data from the data stores, we should always consider the background knowledge. That means the rules, regulations, what are the things we are able to applicable, what are the things we are able to unable to applicable, what are the constraints or what are the hurdles, and the things we should always consider whether we are able to mine such a things, we are able to keep the formats or the resultant formats in a particular way. Yes or no, we are going to be analyzed clearly. So, background knowledge is one of the very important thing. The third one is the ad hoc data mining and data mining query language. So we know that there are several query languages that are available to temporarily or on ad hoc basis to mine the data. These query languages are facilitate specific relevant set of data for the analysis. Here let me consider, I write the same, right? This should facilitate the specification of the relevant sets for the data analysis and domain knowledge and kind of knowledge to be mined. So the background knowledge is useful. What kinds of the things or what type of the things or patterns we are going to be extracted, and how we are going to be perform the relevant analysis with other patterns, and what kind of the data store it is, what kind of the tools we are going to be use, and these are the things are specified by the ad hoc query languages. The final one is user interaction. We are going to be present, that means the presentation tools also very important to present the mining patterns in good way. So this is under these points are under the user interaction. So here the first point is a interactive mining. The second point is a incorporating of background knowledge. The third point is a ad hoc mining. The fourth point is a presentation and visualization technique. So, under the mining methodology, the third point is the third concept is efficiency and scalability. Here we are going to be check and we are going to be depend on the efficiency and scalability of the data mining tools. So, what is efficiency and scalability of data mining algorithms? So, in when we are performing the mining, we should be able to predict the running time or the execution time of the data mining algorithm, and also its capability, how much data it is able to mine, how much, what type of the data is it is able to process, and what kind of the patterns it is going to be generated. And that means the performance analysis should be done on the data mining tools before we are using those tools. Otherwise, suppose we are not going to be using the good effective tools or non-effective tools for data mining, our patterns, our knowledge, the resultant extracting things also be somewhat low quality. They should not be useful for performing the for prediction for the data analytics. The second one is the parallel and distributed and incremental mining algorithm. That today we know that the data is not stored in a single storage area. The data is stored in different storage areas, as well as the systems which are used, that means the computers or the hardware which are used for the mining is also the multiprocessors and parallel processing techniques. Now the tools, especially the data mining tools, is also compatible with which are able to work on the multi process system, and they are able to work with the parallel processing, and they are also able to work on a cloud also, right, on different locations, data where it is stored in the different locations. And also, so the next point I am going to represent the same, the cloud computing and cluster computing. That today the buzzword is the cloud. That means we are going to be store the enormous volumes of the data somewhere else, right, which is collaborating the data storage machines from different locations. So the data mining tools as well as the data mining algorithms are able to perform the data mining on a and extracting patterns on cloud technology also. Okay friends, this is the third point, efficiency and scalability. Under that one, first one, we are going to be check the performance of data mining algorithms, that is efficiency and scalability of the data mining algorithms. The second one, parallel and distributed processing. The third one is cloud. The fourth one under the major issues of the mining is diversity of data types. We know that always we are going to be use we are not going to be use the same kind of the data. So the data to be mined may be the text, maybe the numerical data, maybe the some other kind of documents like PDFs or something, maybe the images and in different formats and several types. The data may be existed in several formats. What kind of the data it may be, but the data mining tools or the data mining algorithms should suitable any kind of the data, right? That is the first point. The second one is mining dynamic network and global repositories. This point is repeated so many times. That means the data mining algorithms should work dynamically. Suppose whenever the user would like to change their mining parameters or mining patterns, according to that one, the mining algorithms should mine the data, and these algorithms can also able to work on the cloud or internetworking systems also. The final one on major issues is data mining and society. Here we are going to be discussing about the social impact of the data mining systems on the society. The first point is the same, the social impact of the data mining. Here we are going to be analyze what are the pros and cons. That means what are the advantages and disadvantages of the data mining systems, right? Which impacting the uh, society. The second one is the privacy and preserving the data. We are going to be mining so many kinds of the databases. Suppose we are going to be mine the actually the social databases, the information consisting, then how we are going to be preserve the privacy of an individual people. Suppose we know that we are in India, we are using the Aadhaar cards and Aadhaar numbers. The Aadhaar number consisting are linked with the several other information, that means bank accounts and government schemes and several issues. Suppose it is able to mine everything, sometimes the data may be sensitive. So for that reason, by using the data mining algorithms or tools, we are also be careful the privacy, preserving the privacy of the individual people when we are using the data mining tools. The final one is the invisible data mining. That today most of the search engines and most of the tools are inbuilt with the some of the data mining techniques. So this is invisible mining. There is no need we are separately developing or using or purchasing the data mining algorithms or tools. Suppose a particular tool may also defaultly consisting of the some data searching and mining algorithms. Okay, friends, these are the things here we are discussing. That means the major, once again, I am repeating, the major issues in the data mining is divided into the five groups. The first one is the mining methodology, the second one is the user interaction, the third one is the efficiency and scalability of the data mining algorithms. The fourth one is the diversity of the data or different data patterns. The fifth one is the impact of the data mining systems on the society. Okay, friends, I hope all are understanding this concept. Thank you.